Now, I've seen a lot of you weekend wankers playing these hot licks on the Instagram, and I gotta tell you, I'm worried you guys are starting to get a little too citified. Y'all need some redneck shit. Hey guys and girls, and welcome to a brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop, here with your good buddy, Uncle Ben. You know, while I've got your attention with that sexy smoking country lick I just busted out on you guys, I'm just gonna drop a little self-promotion here. A week or two ago, I just created an official Ben Eller music page over on the Facebook. My friends list is stacked full and I can't really accept anybody new onto there, so if you want to keep up with my antics and shenanigans, please follow me over there on the Facebook. You can find me at facebook.com/Uncle Ben Eller. On that page you can keep up with new episodes of This Is Why You Suck at Guitar, Weekend Wankshop, and This Pick Is Sick, as well as following my various touring projects and hear it whenever I upload some original music to my SoundCloud page. Please go on there and like the page and follow it and then share it with your friends. That'd be mighty kind of you. This week's lick is a really cool chord-based hybrid pick thing, kind of in the style of Brent Mason or maybe Johnny Highland or somebody like that you could use over an A or an A7 chord in your next hillbilly hootenanny or jamboree. But before we dig into it, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. And of course you can find a full tab for this week's lick on Instagram, so head over to Instagram and look for BenEllerGuitars. Find the tab for this week's lick, learn how to play it, and upload a video of yourself picking through it along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. This week's lick is hotter than your uncle's mobile meth lab exploding behind a Kmart that one time, so let's start ripping through it. Country players love that dominant 7 tonality, that kind of funky, twangy thing like that. And this is based around an A7, which is the notes A, C sharp, E, and G. That's root third fifth and flat 7 for you musically inclined folks. Now how I'm starting this lick off is starting off down here at the 2nd fret on the D string, that's an E note, the 5 of the chord, and I'm gonna slide that up into the 7th fret on the D string, the A note, the root note of the chord. Whenever I slide up, I get my fingers into this position right here, 7th D, 6th G, and 5th on the B. That is root third and 5th of an A chord right there. A, C sharp, and E. Again, a lot of country players love outlining chords in their licks and stuff, so this is a very obvious one. You could even see this as being part of an A bar chord, you know? Now what I'm going to be doing throughout this entire thing is with whatever note is on the G string as we go through these various triads of A, I'm going to be pulling that off to the open G. Your fingers have to be very arched up for that to happen there, so be sure not to play with flat fingers or you'll never hear the open string pull-offs that we're doing. So what I do is after I slide into that chord position, I'm going to pluck over here with my middle and ring fingers the G and B strings, and then I'm going to pull that G off. Now that G is the flat 7 of the chord, which is what makes it sound so wonderfully twangy and funky. Then I'm going to pick the D and do the 2-string little pluck over here again, pull off to the G again. So far you've had picking, plucking, pulling, picking, plucking, and pulling, the 3 Ps. And then I slightly change the pattern up here and I go picking the root note here, the D, then I'm going to pluck the G and B, pull off to the G, and then I'm going to pluck the G and B again and pull off to the G again there. So we got pick, pluck, pull, pluck and pull again. And after you're done with that sort of double pluck and pull pattern right there, you're going to return and play the original pattern of pick, pluck, pull one more time. In my head, I'm kind of counting the pull-offs, you know? It's kind of like you do a single one, another single one, a double, and a single. After this, what we're going to do is to hit the D string again, and this time slide into the 11th fret on the D, and land in this triad shape. Now this here I've got the 11th fret D, the 9th fret G, and the 10th fret B. This is another A triad right here, because you got C sharp, E, and A. So these are the same notes as what you're playing down here, just in a different order, hence the whole inversion thing. Okay, so to back up here, hit the 7th D and slid into our new chord triad. After this, I do all the same stuff. Single, single, double, single. So that's the same pattern of picking the D string, plucking G and B with a pull-off, picking, plucking, pulling, picking, plucking, pulling, plucking, pulling, picking, plucking, pulling. My God, that is a mouthful. That's what she said. Boom, still got it. So after you're done with this sort of 9th fret position A chord here, what we're going to do is to pick that 11th fret D and slide into the 14th fret D. Now from here I'll land in this chord shape, which is an A7 without the A in it actually, so there's no root on here. I've got the 14th fret D, the 12th fret G, and the 14th fret B. So it's 14, 12, 14, like that. So after we slide into this position, you're going to do the normal single wide lick and do it again. So again, that was just pick, pluck, pull, just like normal. And then what you're going to do is move this chord down a semitone. So I'm going to shift down 1 fret. So now I'm on 13 and 11 and 13 on those same strings. So everything's a half step off of where it should be. Now it's going to be played like this with the double and the single. You know, so basically you've gone, and then come down a fret to complete the same pattern you've been playing all along, you know? It's just sort of split between these 2 chord shapes. And then after this, you're going to slide back up into the position you're in and play that right there, which was single, single, and then I'm just going root note and pluck. Okay, that last bit's confusing. Let's check it out one more time. So I slide into the new A7 position, single, single, scooch down a half step, double, single, and then I slide back up a half step, single, single, pick, pluck. And then what I close it out with is this. I'm hitting the open A, the 5th D, and the 5th G, and then hammering in the 6th G. Just like that. Again, kind of settling on a A7 sort of sound. And one more time, we're basing this all around these 3 different A triad shapes here. It's going to sound like this. And here's a good view of what my picking hand is doing throughout this. Again, the pick is only playing the D string. My middle finger is playing the G, and my ring finger is playing the B through all this. Now I can't play the whole lick because of the position of this camera mount that I have on the neck right here. So I'll just sit here in the first position and play it through a few times so you can see. Notice how whenever I'm hybrid picking like this and using my pick and fingers to play a lick, my picking motion really comes from the fingers like this. The pick is also only doing downstrokes. But honestly, it's more of kind of an outstroke like this. Again, I'm kind of exaggerating, but watch what I'm talking about here. So there you go, guys. Some good old redneck shit to keep you busy and off of the streets this weekend. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. And like I mentioned earlier, the Facebook page is / Uncle Ben Eller. Also, if you'd like to hit me up about some one-on-one Skype lessons, please drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com, and I'll respond to your message there as fast as I can with some information about rates and lesson times and stuff like that. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for another new episode next week. Cheers.